Happy Monday. I am so excited to be here, and I'm so excited to have this conversation with you in terms of what is going on with your thyroid, with your health, with your body, and what the number one culprit that we see for thyroid is. Because it's really important for you guys to know and to understand how all of this is playing a role in your body and how this is affecting you. Because like I said, I've said it many times before, I want you and need you to be an empowered patient, because as you become empowered in your health journey with your thyroid, with your body, with your health, it paves the path for our doctors and our physicians to communicate better with us, to teach us, to spend time. And I am going to be honest, I do this for a very selfish reason. I teach you guys everything that I wanted to know and I need to know about my body, because I struggled for so long without having answers. And when I became more empowered and more educated and understood what was happening, I was able to find the doctors, the physicians that helped me and supported me on my journey, but also gave me the tools and resources that I needed to make the big change, right? And that is how we will change healthcare. From healthcare or sick care to more of a healthcare, and take a more proactive approach. So, what is it really? Okay, I'm going to keep this really, really short. But one of the things that I wanted to explain to you guys and share with you is that our digestive system, we all have heard this, everything begins in the gut. Hippocrates said all disease begins in the gut. Okay, so there is one test that you guys can do from home to test one of the most important things ever, okay, for your body. And because so it's stomach acid. We need to know where your stomach acid levels are, because your doctor is telling you your heartburn and your indigestion is caused by too much. And so here we're going to give you these antacids, and you're going to take them and you're going to feel better until you eat again. And then it comes back again. Guess what? It's suppressing the symptoms. The real reason you have heartburn and indigestion is because of low stomach acid, which means you can't absorb B vitamins, and iron, which means you have low energy, which means you can't break down your protein, which means you're gaining weight and you can't lose weight. Period. That end. Right? Like, we could leave it right there. So testing your stomach acid levels and knowing what or where that's at, and you guys, this isn't like a super scientific test, but it really gives us an indication as to where you're at. Now, with thyroid, we have made a lot of connections between low stomach acid and hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, Graves', all of that. So before I tell you how to do this test, and again, we're going to keep this really short here, if you're struggling with fatigue, chronic fatigue, heartburn, indigestion, gas, bloating, cramping, food sensitivities, hair loss, autoimmunity, or IBS, like gut issues like IBS, then you need to do this. Okay? This could also be related to additional things like acne or hormonal things, painful periods, all of that. All right, so tell me in the comments, drop some kind of emoji, like a happy face, a smiley face, something, if you are ready for me to tell you this test and how to do it. Brianna says I have some of those issues. Yep, this is not uncommon. And I will tell you, if you are under high levels of stress, guess what else happens? Stomach acid goes down. And so what we normally do under stress is we eat more, but our digestive system slows down. And again, this is why we're gaining some of the weight. Yay, Courtney. Okay, so have I heard of Thyropause? I have not. I don't know what that is. I have kids and I'm married. Stress. Yep. Okay, so anyways, there's that. So all you're going to need for this is water and baking soda. Now, I do recommend a non-aluminum baking soda because we don't want aluminum in our body. Aluminum is a heavy metal. It can bind to things in our brain and cause brain fog and things like that. So look for an aluminum-free baking soda. And what you're going to do, let me find the ratio really fast. I believe it is a quarter of a teaspoon of baking soda. Oh my gosh, you guys. Yep, okay. A quarter of a teaspoon of baking soda, so the smaller one, not a tablespoon, and 4 ounces of cold water. First thing in the morning, before you eat, before you drink, like anything, before there's anything in your stomach, you're going to mix this little concoction up. You're going to drink it back and set a timer. Okay? So in that timer, you are going to see how long it takes you to burp. If it goes past 5 minutes, stop timing. You have low stomach acid. Okay? So again, this isn't a super scientific test, but what it does is it helps give us an insight as to those stomach acid levels. And I know Brianna's like, gross, baking soda and water. I know, but it's really fast. And honestly, you really don't taste a lot of the baking soda in there, but this can help us better understand what is going on. Now, how this works is baking soda and stomach acid create that chemical reaction in our stomach, and that results in the carbon dioxide gas, which is burping. So that burping really should happen within the first 3 minutes. If you go past 5 minutes, then you can stop testing, and yes, your stomach acid quality is very, very low. And you guys, think about the important role that our stomach acid has. It is, so when we eat food, right, the digestive enzymes start in our mouth. We're starting to break down carbohydrates, and we're tasting them, and then we swallow them. They go down our esophagus into our stomach, and in that stomach is where they are broken down, and that is where you start absorbing the nutrients. So if you have low or poor quality stomach acid, you ain't absorbing nothing. I did go to school, you guys, I promise. Don't be nervous to try it, Brianna. Okay, so don't be nervous to try it. It's really not that bad. So I wanted to bring this to your attention because every single client of ours, and we've worked with over 100 in the last year, has this issue. So if that tells you something, it means you probably also have it. But again, we always love to test. We always love to do what we need to do to make sure that we are making the right diagnosis and taking the right steps. So Brianna asked a very, very good question. Who wants to know, how do you raise your stomach acid if it is low? Put a me in the comment, or like another emoji, or a 1 or something. And the reason why I love to have you guys engage on these Facebook Lives is because it helps with other people being able to have access to this information too, because Facebook is very, very funny. Is it like the apple cider vinegar and water? I can't handle that. No, Amy, it is not like that. Honestly, it really doesn't taste that bad. I'm trying to remember. So it's been a while since I did this. you may taste like an metallic kind of flavor, but really it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Okay, so just cold water, just take it like a shot, right? Like, just don't even try to taste it. Just put it down. Okay, awesome. We have tons of people wanting to know how to do this. So one of the first ways, oh, I love that, Tammy. That's such a cute emoji. One of the first ways is digestive bitters. Okay, so digestive bitters you are going to take and use before your meals. 15 to 20 minutes, you spray it in your mouth. It tastes kind of bad. It's bitter, right? It's bitter. Your digestive bitters, they are bitter. You spray it in your mouth, and it helps start the digestive process and helps your body remember how to make stomach acid and digestive enzymes. So that's one simple way. The other simple way is, and I'm going to give you guys easier options, but I'm going to start with like the lowest, okay? So digestive bitters, it's in a very affordable option. It's really easy. I'll tell you where to get them in just a second. The second thing is you can use apple cider vinegar. It's terrible. It's horrible. It doesn't taste good. And if you guys are doing apple cider vinegar, don't do the gummies. Like, yeah, they're usually the gummies are filled with other additives that are just not good and really kind of counteracting the stomach acid as it is. So I recommend, if you're going to do the apple cider vinegar, that's really hard to do just straight. So what I have my clients do, if they don't want to go the route of the bitters or supplementation or some of the other options, what we do is I have them create a lemonade, fresh squeezed lemons, a little bit of apple cider vinegar in there. You can make it with some honey so it's a little bit sweet. It's still tart, but it gets those digestive enzymes doing, and you can just kind of take little sips on it throughout the day. You don't have to eat a lot of it, okay? So that's option number 2. Option number 3 is okay, so here it is. I don't recommend supplementing with this without the care of a physician. And the reason for this is because if you have conditions like bacterial conditions or H. pylori, like something like that, this could not be the best option for you and could make some of the issues worse. But I'll tell you what it is. It is betaine HCl with pepsin. Okay, my favorite brand and the one that we use in the Hansen method is by Pure Encapsulation, and we teach a very specific method in which taking it. So this is not betaine, but say this was the thing. This is magnesium. It tells you on here, you know, for this one it says recommendation, you know, take with meals, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now we teach you a different recommendation to increase the stomach acid much quicker and at a much better rate. And for better results. So, where can you get them? That is a fantastic question. So we have an online dispensary that we use called Wellevate. If you guys want the link for that, you can, I will send it to you. It gives you guys an online discount for all of your purchases. So you set up an account, and it gives you discounts for bitters. It gives you discounts for HCl, things like collagen, your vitamin D, all of that. Now, the other thing that I love about using Wellevate is the quality of the supplements are much, much higher versus going to Costco and going to your drugstores and things like that, because they're using synthetic forms, whereas these higher quality supplements are using better high quality supplementation that is derived in like a more natural thing. Okay, so I'm getting a few questions about probiotics and digestive enzymes. Okay, so my digestive... Okay, hold on. Let me read this. Brianna is asking, okay, what about digestive enzymes? And she says, my digestive enzymes have it in it. Yes. I was taking digestive enzymes before I started noticing my health change. Could I have triggered something? Depending on the enzymes, possibly. I mean, it wouldn't happen unless there was something negative in it, right? That you were reacting to, but normally for digestive enzymes, like, nope, you should be pretty good. Again, this is why we look towards the quality of what you are taking and making sure that it is right on point. Okay, so I did get a question about probiotics. What about probiotics? Probiotics are great. Now, the quick thing about that, and I'm going over the time that I wanted to be on here, but the quick thing about probiotics, you guys, we want to take them for like 2 to 3 months and then rotate to a different, and then rotate to a different, and rotate to a different, especially when you are not working with a doctor or physician, because I want you to be able to have a wide variety and a wide range of probiotic strands, and there are certain strands that go with certain conditions, right? So if you're having constipation, we give you this strand constipation, we give you a specific strand to help with the elimination. If you're having the opposite, if you are purging and rapid dumping and having, diarrhea and things like that, then you need a different strand. So probiotics are great, but again, we want to just make sure that you are getting the right strands for your body, because that is super important. And anyways, yes. All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate your interaction, your comments, and things like that. If you are interested in more tips like this and want more help on being able to lose weight and overcome the fatigue, please engage, please let me know. And if you are looking for even more help, support, so that you can get there a lot faster versus these little tidbits of, does this apply to me? Does this not apply to me? Those types of things, please reach out to me, send me a message, and let's talk about what it looks like working together and getting all of the functional testing and just being able to kind of cut through the noise and get the help. All right, Brianna, I will, I'll send you a message and we can chat a little bit more and we will go from there. Thank you guys so much. I will see you in the next.